What's going on, good people? It's yours truly, EZDZ. Finna get into another episode of Chop Shop. We doing it on a Tuesday this evening. Everybody had them good Monday night football games they watched last night. President Nick Chubb, too, man, thinking about him. Gruesome injury last night. But as we get into the show, man, to my right, I got my partner, EZBZ, kicking it. How you feeling tonight, young man?
I'm feeling good, feeling great.
Okay, good. Dade City and Rough, they not in tonight, but we definitely got some more than viable replacements. This family right here, like I said, I put the post out today, man. We go get into it. We definitely gonna talk about little Dion. We gonna talk some football. Then we also linking up, with our everybody eats later on this shit. So without further ado, Eric and Mike, man, the Trigg family, Conaz Nation in the building. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on? Everything good.
Thanks for having us.
All the time, man. Y'all come out anytime y'all want to and kick it with us.
Yes,
just real quick, man, I want to get into, the Dion dynamic is really. It's like the sports story right now in America. It's galvanized. I mean, you go back when he took the job in December, they'll be all right. Then, Vegas they're going to win 3.5 games. They get TCU out the gate, 21-point underdogs, beat TCU. Then, this Dion say he keeping receipts. So I'm gonna go to you first. Do you feel that Dion's doing too much or he just doing him?
I mean, he just being him, he bringing a different element to football, you had coaches out of vocal, you had your Lane Kiffins, but, it's kind of different now because it's a black coach that's being vocal and he's successful. So.
And very confident in what he do. He playing my theme music. Trey, what you think?
I love what Dion is doing for the Power 5 schools, but only in respect of him being a black coach and being black.
Right. Staying black.
Embracing being black.
Right.
Yeah.
Because my son played for Lane Kiffin. He can't be black. Yeah. I'm just being honest with you. That's the problem he's having right now. But if he was in Colorado, he'd be celebrated. He'd probably have 30 targets by now.
That's a fact.
Okay.
So, and Dion, he said something on him. He all over the social media. So
yeah, he everywhere.
He said that we're not making baby daddies. We're making baby fathers, leaders in the community. We dress for success here. When they come out, they got their jacket, their tailor-made suits. I mean, they prime. Everything is about his organization. And when you're a program, and to have a program, you got to be connected just like he is. Right. He markets everything through him for the program. Made $4.5 million on the shades.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So I'm a fan of Prime. Anyway, he's my favorite athlete from the crib, my homeboy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your homeboy?
My homeboy.
Okay. OG, what you think?
You got to respect what Prime doing. And, I'm always going to coach in my mind, so I'm going to talk from the coach's perspective. I love the fact that he's exactly what you want out of a head coach.
Yeah.
You can see that he recognizes his limitations. You can see that he might recognize some of the things that he lacks, and he surrounds himself by great coaches.
Yeah.
But they embrace the same concept. They're going to love those kids first.
Yeah.
And we all know if you show a kid you love them,
ain't nothing they wouldn't do for you.
Ain't nothing the wall.
Yeah.
The boy, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got problems.
Yeah, that was Dawg talk about Coach Hub all the time with Charlie Jefferson.
Yeah.
And he just said he called him a year later. He said there's no telling. He definitely would have enlisted in the Army.
Yeah.
But I saw him on 60 Minutes this past Sunday, man. He said something. He said, people talk about the kids because people are upset that you tell the kids you're going to leave. I got people coming.
Right. I
got dogs coming. So, you go ahead and leave. But he was saying the kids not coming to Colorado. They come to play for me. And that's a difference, And I tell Kobe all the time, I say, man, how can you tell Dion, if you're a high school recruit, college transfer, whatever, how can you tell Dion no?
My thing is this right here, and I'm not saying this for our race because I think he would embrace players that want to play for him.
Right.
But if it's me, and if I had an opportunity to send Mike there, that's where he'll go. Not because of, football more so, but you want that mentorship coming out of Colorado into the real world.
Right.
If the NFL there, that's great. But if not, you're going to have 3 to 4 years with this guy right here. He can prepare you for life.
Right.
Just being honest with you. And in a lot of places, it's not done that way, bro.
How about that? It's also a chain of the guard because you look at, we grew up and OG a couple years older than me. We grew up with Tom Osborne, Barry Switzer, Bear Bryant, Pat Dye at Auburn. You didn't have Vince Dooley in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Guys that were vested for years.
But even with that being said, out of all the guys you named, Deion fit the culture of Barry Switzer.
Yeah, he do.
You know
He
what I'm
do.
saying? So we had those.
And Pat Dye.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You forgot Jimmy Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely forgot Jimmy.
Fit those molds also. It's these other guys that won't allow the players to be who they are. It's Afro-American.
Right.
And that's a problem.
And you know, with that Colorado program I'm talking about, they made a 30 for 30 less than 20 years ago, talking about how racist that city was.
Yeah.
Because,
And they 1% black now.
Yeah, because the previous head coach,
McCarthy,
he started the Promise Keepers. And, they wasn't embracing him when he first got there, because when he first got there, he was bringing in California kids.
Right. Inner city, L.A., Darian Hagan.
And they was like, Coach, this Boulder, listen, I want to win. You hear me?
Right.
I want to win. And these kids here, they deserve a future too. You hear me? And if you think about it, we never really started hearing about Colorado football until the late 80s, early 90s.
You're right.
And then when he left, we saw Colorado football disappear.
Right.
You know, because I'm talking, if we think about it, we can go down the list of names. You heard me?
Oh, they loaded.
During that
they
era,
loaded. Yeah, they loaded. You
And I'm
talking about 88,
yeah.
like 94, 95, they were loaded.
And at all positions, and what Deion, guess what he's, how can you say, the foundation that he started, Deion really then took it back to where it is, because they lost it. You hear me?
Right.
And guess what? Now guess what? And guess what? Coach McCarthy was right. I heard him say this. You hear me? He said, I remember that program. He said, they were somebody to deal with. And I'm just trying to embrace what he did, and it's just coming in a different angle because I'm just a different person. You hear me?
Right.
But it's got the same religious beliefs and everything like that. You hear
Right.
me? And let me tell you something. If you go with God, you can't go wrong.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? God got me through a whole lot of trials and tribulations. So if you go with God,
Right.
you can't go wrong.
And
Yeah.
that's
You can't
all the
go
way
wrong.
across
Yeah.
the board.
Yeah.
That's for anybody.
I'm going to say this, too, about Deion. Like Eric said earlier, he surrounded himself with a great coaching staff. He was talking the other day, he had on overalls. He said, when you see the overalls, what it represents? Work. My kid's first cause was truck, so truck represents what? Work.
Right.
And he said, I'm going to let Sap take from here. So he surrounded himself. He got great coaches. Then all the NFL guys that come to him got them gold jackets because it represents what? Work.
Right.
It's the best of what we did.
Right.
So Sap said, when you come here, the first thing we got to do is what? Pour the foundation.
Right.
When we want to pour the foundation, you got to make it big so we can build anything on this motherfucker. That
And
was
then
Sap.
he has a who's who on the sideline that come out and they rock it like. And then I think that's something else too. You sit back and think. I don't know any other coaches that give non-alumni that kind of access.
Yeah.
Now you sit back and think. I watch. We watched Florida State, Miami, and back in the day, like if an NFL team had a bye week, guys that played, they on the sideline.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But
The only other thing I've seen is like Kentucky basketball. Kentucky basketball, they bring in all kinds of things, but that's the kind of environment Calipari wants.
Right,
You hear me?
right.
They bring in all kinds of
But
yeah.
Pete Carroll did it at USC.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about
Pete Carroll did too.
was
Yeah,
different, though.
Pete was different.
But he still do it in the NFL
But
too. Yeah.
Pete was like, the other coaches we just named too.
Yeah.
He want players to be who they are, just be a baller.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But that's why I say I think that's the thing that what makes what they doing is so special. Now I don't want to jump ahead, but this week Oregon's giving them 20. I'm gonna just go public right now. I'm not sold on Bo Nix. Missing Travis Hunter's gonna be big.
It is.
That's gonna be big, and he's gonna miss the next 3 games they got against ranked opponents. So I'm gonna go to you first. They go to Oregon, host SC, go to Arizona State. What you see them doing in the next 3 games?
I can see them going 2-1. With the only loss, I really see them losing to USC.
What about you?
I'm going with 3-0, man. I'm just being honest.
I'm a believer. I believe too.
I believe. You know what I'm saying? So until they get beat,
Yeah.
that's when I believe. I think they're going to do it. Because, first of all, anytime you groom somebody, that motherfucking son, the quarterback, he don't have his foot speed. He's been trained by Brady, but he has his composure. It's nothing, no moment is ever too big from him for what I've seen thus far. I thought we was at Jackson State. I said, well, it'd be a little different than Power 5. Shit, it's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier because they got better athletes in the swag.
Yeah.
In the secondary. People don't realize that.
Right. That's true.
It's easier.
If you look at the NFL Hall of Fame, I guarantee you, if you go to that secondary part, it's more black college players than you.
Especially old school. You go back, Mel Blunt,
yes.
Donnie Shell.
But even now, Aeneas Williams,
Aeneas Williams.
they ain't far gone
Look
yet.
at his numbers in the SWAC.
Yeah.
He didn't throw for 500 yards a lot of times in the SWAC.
No.
Yeah.
It's easier in Power 5.
Right.
I try to tell people, man, you some man, I'm just going to transfer the fam. All right. I'm going to transfer. I'm going to foot. Okay, all right. But you want to hit the field.
But I think that's something else too though, is that nowadays you got kids that go to school that don't want to compete. They just there.
They just,
You know what I'm saying? They just there. And if you follow college football, scholarships are annual. They year to year.
Right.
So you got to keep working because there's somebody else coming.
Yeah. But that goes back to even what you were saying about how you said, I'm bringing my own luggage.
Yeah.
And guess what? That ain't different. Coach has been doing that for years. They just
Yeah.
ain't publicized it. Listen,
Right.
boy, you ain't finna waste my scholarship. I'm gonna get you up out of here.
Right.
That's just this is the difference. You heard me?
Yeah.
It wasn't no NIL and all that stuff involved. They've been getting kids out of school for the next kid because hey, you don't fit my program. You got to go.
And you sit back and think they the most expensive ticket
Yeah, in college football.
in college football. They average $512. I mean, you talk about University of Colorado. Ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But I would tell you, I always tell BZ, I said, people don't understand. Power 5 schools want to win. They want to win. They want to be competitive. I sit back and think, now we was all here, South Florida 15 years ago, number 2 in the country.
Oh man.
But and the city was electric.
Yes, it was.
You know what I'm saying? But now you sit back and think to be even 10 years removed. I mean, BJ left, I think, 2013, 14. They've done nothing.
Right.
All they've done is that's what they showed the other day. Taggart last year they was 10-2.
Right.
Strong first year they was 10-2, and boy.
And then you ask yourself, you know, cause we had a discussion, and you know, I was telling people, how can you sell a kid on South Florida? Truthfully, especially a kid in the area. Then you sit back and think all the talent we've had in the last, say, 5-6 years, to come out of here and go play somewhere else. We got a quarterback here at Washington leading the nation in passing.
Right.
Yeah.
We done had elite athletes, you know. Just saw Jerome Ford last night run crazy.
Yes, you did.
Went to Cincinnati. You know, started Alabama, went to Cincinnati. You know, we've had Malik Davis went to Florida, Travell Harris, Washington State. You know, you've had the big kid went to Ohio State out of Berkeley. Nick. You've had quality players, but why is it that South Florida is just like not even on? Man, I ain't don't waste your time. I ain't going out there.
They don't recruit the state. They don't recruit the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had a couple guys at Carrollwood Day that Marshall was trying to get over there, and they were saying like they would actually even the running back at Tech.
Gainey?
Yeah, he went to Charlotte.
Okay.
But he's a little small. I said, okay. That's what he said.
But you'll go to Fort Myers to get that same build of a kid.
Right.
And bring him up here.
Right.
They don't have no local ties on the staff too, and that's what Levitt had.
Yeah.
You know,
He was a different coach altogether, man.
He built, but you know, he built the roots of his program from the area.
Right.
Yeah.
You hear me? From the area. You hear me?
Pasco, Pinellas.
And you know, that's when I was
Hillsborough.
coaching. He used to have coaching.
Polk.
He used to have
Polk, too.
Quarterback was Polk.
What's that? Blackwell before him. Yeah, Blackwell.
No, I ain't talking about Blackwell.
Growthy. Yeah, but
Growthy.
Blackwell
Late
before
Gibson.
Growthy. You hear me?
Yeah.
Blackwell was before Growthy.
Yeah.
But he used to embrace all the high school coaches. He had clinics regular out there. You always had a free pass to come out there if you wanted to watch practice, come into facilities. You could bring your kids. You hear me? And that's how you embrace the community. You hear me?
Yeah.
And that's what these other coaches haven't done. You hear me? And when you embrace a community, that's when you will have the city eating out the palm of your hand.
We had probably about maybe 12 years ago. We had guys going to South Florida. Andre Davis, Ruben out of Robinson.
Yeah.
They went to South Florida.
Right.
And Dre's all-time leading receiver at South Florida, so he was very productive there. But Ruben really didn't do too much. But as far as saying, if he had went to Louisville or a bigger program, he had easy. I believe, my opinion, he had an easier route to the league. For whatever reason, I just really believe that.
Right.
You know.
He been playing with Teddy too, right?
Yeah.
He was playing with Teddy.
Teddy told him straight up, man, come out here with me, man. Mm-hmm. He ain't do it.
And so but I think sometimes you want to stay home, let your family come see you. But that's why I say choices and sacrifice have to be made along your path. Because I just think for me, South Florida, they just don't draw people. Like you said, they don't recruit the area, but they'll go like through Ocala. They'll hit Ocala. They'll hit Fort Myers. You know, that area. But it's too much talent in the area where you cannot
all you got to
pluck these kids.
Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers, and there's too many kids come up out of here. You hear me?
So even this thing about basketball, we're not talking about football right now, but they had recruited Sharp.
Okay.
Dylan.
Emmanuel. Oh, Dylan. Okay.
Dylan.
Okay.
Kobe's there now. Knox,
Okay.
Mike.
Right.
Tony. That's a lot right there.
Right.
All local area kids that can really. I mean, those kids I just named right there, that can probably be your starters right there. Can push this thing.
And then to get people, like you said, to get people to come 2 games, you know, to get people to come out.
God. Who wants to see those kids, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And the city gonna come out because if you think about when we was kids, Memphis,
yes, sir.
whole team was from Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, old school, old school.
Whole team
DePaul,
from Chicago,
yeah, Villanova.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Louisville,
Yeah. Villanova, Philadelphia, like you say, Georgetown, DC.
That DC area, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and guess what? That helps because now, guess what? Once again, guess what? Them high school coaches, they like a feeder program now.
Yeah.
Boy, what you talking about for the call coach right now?
Yeah. And that's where you going. Like you said,
You ain't got to worry about you got one.
And quiet as kept, Nolan Richardson penetrated Memphis heavy too.
Yeah.
He was on Memphis heavy.
Yeah.
He got Todd Day. He got some boys out of Memphis.
Birmingham.
Alabama too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like so much talent is in Florida. Like Beasley's a Gator fan. I sit back and think they got 2 or 3 guys out of here in Florida. I just think that's crazy. Wow. 2 or 3. That's it. Florida State don't have that many kids, so these kids are going other places to go play football. And you got
Miami still is the one that's really recruiting Florida kids. You heard me?
But you got to realize, in my era, I played for Coach Garcia.
okay.
He said to me, I played receiver. I was 6'3", 205 in high school. I was a big receiver. He said, you stay in the States, you got to wait your turn. But if you leave and go out of the country, out of the state, you'll play right away. So a lot of people got tired of that. Because, when I was with the Big 3, you had to wait your turn. Florida, Miami, Florida State.
Yeah, and they were loaded. They were elite
If
programs.
you stay in the state, you got to wait. You know what I'm saying? But he said if you leave the state, you'll play. And everybody, so we still with the Big 3. Everybody went to the Big 3 still. But after time, they start to get out of there. I want to play right now. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And they forgot about the state. Because to be in our era, we have 3 teams in the top 5.
Yeah, I remember vividly. I was his. I remember that.
This was the national title. Did you win all your games in Florida?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
state champion. That hell sucked because even like back then, Miami was gonna play Florida State, but Florida State played both of them.
Yeah.
But that last Saturday in November, Florida State, and you knew Miami and Florida State they were gonna get together. But like you said, just imagine how many national titles Bobby Bowden lost because of Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah, they knocked each other up, and ain't many states could say they really had 2 state schools play for a national title like Florida State. You heard me?
And then
that was
Spurrier
big when
came.
that happened too, you heard me?
Right, then Spurrier came in the mid-90s, and like I told you, and I'm an SEC guy. And I remember like when he came to Florida, he changed college football. I mean, just crazy.
Yeah.
They were like pinball on grass. I'm talking about like in Georgia, when we had Herschel, we used to dominate Florida.
Right.
And when Spurrier came in, it was just like, man, you got Riddell running this way, Jack Jackson running this way, Chris Doran.
He brought the long
John
hand
Kent.
What's long hand off? The hitch. That's the long hand off.
It was that fade for real.
But I'm not waiting. I'm not finna sit back here and have him hand the ball off all day. You hear me?
Man, I watched Florida, bro, and I breathe at him a pat-patted line. Yeah, a pat that be pop, pop, pop. And the ball out of his hand already. It's just to a spot. They catching and running.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, bro.
And I think that's what, but I love what Shadur's doing. So I'm going to ask you right now, because we got people that's going back and forth. I know you don't want to get the Heisman to nobody this early. Does Shadur win the Heisman right now?
No, I won't say there's no front runners for the Heisman as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But he's in the conversation.
What you think?
Either him or MP9.
Okay.
Caleb is hard.
What about you?
Caleb is the incumbent.
Yeah.
And guess what? And he balling.
He
And he balling. That
Yeah.
game gonna make a big difference. Same thing. If FC play Penixton, those games gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah, they do. They play later
no
this
matter
year.
what they say, the win gets votes. You hear me?
Yeah.
The win gets votes when you playing against another Heisman candidate. You hear me?
But then also you get that signature moment. Like I even go back to your graduation. You graduated 91 with Dez ran that punt back on Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. You knew that was him.
Yeah.
Johnny Football on Alabama 2012.
Yeah.
That was it. Just like, okay, this he don't want it.
Yeah, and guess what? That makes a
Goes for
difference.
it, too.
Yeah,
Wood
hey, guess what?
goes for it.
Hey, you gotta have signature moments. You hear me?
Right.
And when you have that signature moment, that's what it is. Herschel Dog when he ran over David Little. I remember
At Vanderbilt?
from Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah.
Listen, at the Gator Bowl.
And broke out. Yeah, broke out. Yeah, it took
What
off.
about Bill Bates in Tennessee?
Yeah, that was his first game. That was the first
game. I'm talking about later on when he won the Heisman.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
he did the Bill Bates was unbelievable.
Yeah, that wasn't fair.
I was like, Bill, and they took you in the league after that, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
12 years of Dallas, man.
Yeah,
But
he ran Bill Bates.
But
Slap over.
everybody have their signature moment. You heard me?
Yeah.
But not cutting you off, but Shador, he's already had one, the comeback win, the Brady moment.
Yeah.
And see, Shador, what I like about Prime, he teaches kids. You know what I'm saying? See, when you endorse what they call a GOAT, they give you points for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's chess.
Yeah. It ain't checkers.
It's chess. When you get out there, you come back. Here's a Brady moment. You know, Brady probably texting me right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they know he's under the tutelage of Brady. So they're gonna love him a little bit more.
Right.
Versus he was under who? Give me a black quarterback.
Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It would have the same effect for them.
Yeah.
We'll love it, but it won't have the same effect for them. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a checkers move.
Yeah, and I think Deion is like really holding him. You know, like because I guess people say like if he came out this year, he'll be the third pick of the mock draft at 3.
I just looked at it. I looked at it a few minutes ago because I looked at Mike.
Okay.
He's the third-rated quarterback right now.
Okay.
And they got USC quarterback in front of him.
And Drake May.
The boy
North Carolina?
Yeah.
Drake May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Because this actually be, on paper, it could be an 83 class. That's how many quarterbacks in this class. You know, the class with Marino and all them.
Right.
This could be that kind of class because that's how deep it is at the quarterback position.
But I believe this. His dad trying to establish the program. He got more money than he's ever made.
So what Shador?
Yeah. So they're not hurt for money.
No,
Right.
I think he gonna stay too.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he
the
gonna
first
stay,
quarterback hands down off the board next year.
What you think? They gonna stay? I think he gonna stay too.
Hey, listen, Caleb Williams dad already said, listen, if they don't like the team with the number 1 pick, listen. But they playing chess. They ain't playing checkers,
But once you declare.
No, but guess what? He ain't got to declare, Mike, because guess what? You can watch the NFL all the way to January before you
Yeah, because in fact, you have to the 15th.
You know,
the season be over. The season will be over. Yeah.
It's after the bowl games declare. The NFL draft will already be established.
Okay.
Yeah. So they already had it. Yeah, but they do the last.
Oh, no,
Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's like they know who going where.
They know who got. Yeah. Because listen,
But see, I'm gonna tell you something. Like with this right here, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? See, we being copycats. You know what I'm saying? I know Bo Jackson did it. But
Archie Manning.
Yes, I hate that, man. You get that much power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got that much power.
But we didn't.
And they had it.
We didn't did it because Vic did it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Vic was saying they got that pick.
Yeah, and they traded for LT. They traded swap picks.
Hey, guess what? Eli did it right after Vic. I ain't going there either.
Yeah.
Right.
Because in fact, if I'm not mistaken, they already had Drew Brees.
Yeah.
They had Brees the year before.
Right.
And they worked the trade, so they said LT, who was the 5th pick, and swapped them out. But like you say, I just feel like that it's so crazy, like you said, like those you just said with the 83 draft. But I watched Bryce Young last night, and he's going to struggle.
He ain't got nothing.
Yeah, and that's the bad thing, like you said, when you get the first pick, expectations are you supposed to come in like when Cam got picked. Cam had Greg Olsen and he had Steve Smith already there.
Yes,
And a running game.
Yeah, and they can run the ball, and the defense will buy you too.
He had my man too, Muhammad, didn't he?
Yeah, Musa Muhammad.
Yeah, Musa Muhammad too. Yeah, so they were established.
He might have still had Ricky Pro. I don't know. He might have, but he had receivers.
Yeah, he had players. But like you
they had a
said,
defense. Now Carolina right now they got a defense, but boy, when you look at his weapons, I told you last night he didn't care how many. Mingo dropped, you heard me?
Right.
He was still gonna go to it because I want you to be my dude.
Right.
He ain't got nobody but Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen like this. I'm open. You heard me?
Yeah.
But
The thing about that is too,
Yeah.
we can't compare the two Heisman candidates.
no, you can't.
The Heisman trophies, we can't because Cam will run that thing.
Yeah.
That dude's small, man.
Yeah, he is.
But guess what? He was running that thing last night.
But I mean,
He took off a couple times.
he ain't punishing nobody like Cam.
No, he can't. And he know it. Because guess what? I'm down. That's it. Coach, I ain't getting that extra yard.
Yeah, so that's the difference right there. You know what I'm saying? With him and, been in the same situation Cam was in.
Yeah.
Granted, Cam had more weapons, but Cam was a grown man in a grown man body from day one in the NFL.
Yeah, he got to be smart about it, but I just always wish the best for our kids, and I just hope he surrounds himself with a good support system that say, listen, don't get down on yourself. We're gonna keep getting this work. It's gonna get better. We're gonna keep getting this work because sometimes too many people give up on themselves.
Yeah.
Too soon because they've been in a bad situation.
And he's won every way he's been.
Yeah.
So I think, like you say, they won. Yeah. They went for the chip his freshman year. He won the Heisman. Then I think this past year they lost a couple of games. But yeah, we're gonna get into our first break. So we come back. We're gonna talk about Baker Mayfield and these undefeated Buccaneers. So this gonna be brought to you by my man Will D. Man, a part of the levels last year. We're still riding for you, bro. Cigar Life, CIGARLYFE.com. And my man Ruff ain't here tonight, but we're going to pull him up also. GDNaps.com. Go check him out. He got receipts. 813-570-9617. You can check him out online. He on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. He all over the place. He doing his thing. So give us a quick minute. We're going to take a break. I did not own the right to this music. Torres, give us something. What's going on, good people? This is yours truly, EZDZ. We get to the second segment of Chop Shop. I got EZBZ kicking it with me, and I got the Trigg representing that Conan's crew kicking it with us. Week 3 of about the NFL season is about to start. Them Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield 2-0.
Y'all see Baker out there shaking them off? Yeah.
Are you sold? I know it's early. I know it's early.
I ain't sold on nothing, but I'm just say something. As long as we don't turn over the ball, we'd be a problem.
Okay.
Because guess what? Defensively, we got numbers. It's crazy. Because listen, I went to the game the other day. So, hey, up front, the Bucs got an 8-man rotation. They running up front. And these dudes come, and Kansas even played. They got some dudes. I'm like, who's that? But I know this. Hi. He coming off that ball. You hear me?
Yeah.
And one thing about it, Vita Vea, he just a problem. Because big dudes that
can move.
That move that well.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, listen, I seen him in pursuit. What's the receiver, Moore?
Yeah.
Moore caught a hitch and was up the field. Next thing I know, Vita Vea is closing. I'm like, God, dog. And that's when he seen him, okay, it's time to step out of the bounds because Vita, I don't want you to hit me.
Right.
Yeah. But right now, they playing well coached. But the whole thing with them, keep pounding the pill. I ain't gonna say don't let Baker beat you, but guess what? Make Baker keep doing what he's doing. He taking the check downs on the check downs because the tight end had like 6-7 catches, and that's big. I think he went to the backs like at least 5-6 times, and that's big because eventually the receivers he got, they gonna get open.
But I think for me, like I look at their defense, they biting, they playing. Carlton Davis didn't even play this past Sunday. But Monday night, you got the Eagles coming in, and that's going to be a good test to see where you at.
And that's why
Put a lot of pressure on Baker.
Yeah, and that's why you got to hold them same principles on your defense. They supposed to put a lot of pressure on Jalen because the difference is guess what? Jalen got them receivers that when they get the ball right now, they beat you right now. That Devontae Smith, he might be the best route runner in the league right now. That boy run nice routes. He run nice.
And he crisp. Brown, that's a grown man, too.
And he crisp with him.
He had somebody like last week, though.
What he did?
You talking about Devontae?
No, Devontae was getting off.
Yeah. A.J. Brown?
Oh, he was pouting?
Yeah, he was pouting.
He's pouting because,
And I was like, he's like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? He still had like 4 or 5 targets. He hadn't broke anything yet.
Yeah. Right.
And so, Jalen.
So I think Jalen going to try to, they homeboys. So,
right. Jalen is his best friend.
Right.
So Jalen said, man, let's just keep what's important, to win.
Right.
They was in full control of the game the whole time.
Right.
But he came out and forced it to him, boom, boom, boom. He still called it. He called it back. That's God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He scored a touchdown. Yeah. Called back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, we winning. Let's just keep it with what the team goal is, to win. Yeah. And to see that from a pro, it's a coachable moment for kids in college.
Yeah.
Kids in high school. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It happens on every level. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing bigger than team.
Right.
Yeah, ain't nothing bigger than team in sports.
Right.
Okay.
Nothing.
Now, we're going to slide. What you think about Baker so far?
He's playing good. He stepped into a role. He still got, good receivers around him, but it's still early, so I want to see what he can still do.
I'm disappointed they ain't going to pay Mike Evans. I think that's disappointing.
Mike ain't worried about it. So what you doing?
Yeah.
He playing ball.
And I ain't going to say they ain't going to pay him, but I'm going to just say something.
That's what they said, Eric.
Yeah,
that's the thing Coach Trubisky said. I told you he wasn't fired yet. He got fired yesterday. Hey, but listen. Ryan Jensen gave the Bucs $11 million back. Straight up gave him back $11 million because the pretty much they know his career over. You hear me?
Yeah.
So his cap number took a big drop. But I'm just going to tell you something. He may get caught up in the numbers game, but I think they're going to figure it out because guess what? You got to re-sign Wingfield.
Yeah.
Then I don't even think we really care about 45. I don't even call his name no more because dude said he didn't want to be with me. You hear me? Right. Once you say that, you ain't with me.
All bets off, okay.
Guess what? That's $12 million on the table again. So you put them to do that, that's 23. You heard me?
Yeah. I just think anytime a player, Eric, moves with his contract, and then you say you're not going to pay him, you know what I'm saying? That just always happened to us.
Of course. Yeah.
I think for me, hopefully they will get it right. Like I'm not a Bucs fan, but Mike Evans has done this. Probably took less money a couple different times.
Right. Yeah. Right.
In order to
make
keep
sacrifice team.
Right.
But I just feel like he in that Rondé Barber mode, Vontae David mode. You hear me? Because Levante David, New Orleans had more money on the table for Levante David last year. And he's like, I'm good. Me and the Bucks gonna figure it out. You heard me?
Right.
Yeah. So and sometimes I think, but at 30 years old, if he keep playing at this pace, you're gonna have to pay him, or you're gonna have to let him go. But when I say pay him, you're gonna have to pay him.
The thing about Mike Evans, man, if he didn't play another snap, he first ballot Hall of Fame.
Oh, no doubt.
And the thing about it, it's nothing glaring that pops up off. It's
Right.
consistent.
Yeah, he's been solid. He's been solid.
So, he's going to be a
only
first ballot.
glaring thing, he didn't cut down on his drops. Because let me just tell you something.
First
the
8
boy,
seasons,
listen, if he'd have caught all them balls he dropped, we talking about yards. Because he like 18 yards a catch for his career. That's big.
And also the offensive pass interference too. He's just one of those too.
I don't think he got. If he do, he may have 180 catch season. So he catching chunks. You hear me?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he might have 180 catch season.
He getting chunk plays.
Yeah.
Now staying in the state, sliding down 95. Them Dolphins 2-0. Do you think they for real?
Nah, I think they're for real.
Okay, Trigg, what you think?
Yes. I think they beat the teams they're supposed to beat the first 2 games.
Okay.
It was in the shootout with San Diego.
Okay.
And they got 2 guys on the outside. It's gonna be hard. If they establish any kind of running game, and that tight end in the middle of the field, it's gonna be hard to beat them if Tua can stay healthy.
They don't even need the tight end because they got the other receiver. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
Barrios. Remember I said he the tight end.
Number 0, yeah.
Hey, listen, what I told you? I'm open. People say they stretch. I'm wide.
It's hard. Yeah. It's hard to stop that kind of speed on the outside.
Yeah.
And then you got a decent running game. Then you got another receiver.
Yes.
And it's funny you say that because Cam Akers, they say the Rams looking at moving him.
Yeah, it's a lot of teams. Looking at Cam Akers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They talk about Kareem Hunt. I guess, seeing Chubb go down, Kareem Hunt name came up. So, and you still got Fournette out there too. I don't know what's going on. But.
Hey, you know what hurt Fournette? When Zeke signed with New England. New England was the type team.
Fournette.
The Fournette fit. You heard me? Because he catch the ball.
But do you think he got outplayed, or he just because White just they start getting the ball to White, he didn't get the ball no more. He went on the field no more.
Not just
White
outplayed.
from Arizona State.
Yeah.
Let me
Go ahead.
What happened with that? Brady endorsed White. He said this guy come in with his pad, taking notes, and this right here, chess.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you.
Okay.
He said out of his mouth, and
Okay. All right. I got it.
And he had that. I can't go the distance.
Right.
Everybody looking for that game break in the backfield.
Right.
I can't go to this, and Fournette didn't have that element to his game. But, it's crazy that how the running back position got so discounted because that's the football I love. I want to see you pound that pill. You know what I mean? You throw secondary. I like to see you go out there and hit people in the mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the football.
13, 14 play drive.
Because I know when it comes to money time, if you can pound that rock, the other team in trouble, boy. You know? Because now they on their heels. Man, they pound this rock. Them D linemen up there, they ain't blowing. They catching breaths. You know what I mean? They look at the sideline like this.
But it's funny you say that.
With it, coach.
but it's funny you say that because you sit back and think about the top team. Like the 49ers run the ball.
Did you see Philly the other night?
Yeah.
When Jalen was struggling, man, they went no huddle and pounded that rock.
Yeah, gave the ball to Swift and let Swift.
I said, woo.
175.
I said,
Yeah.
woo.
Run that thing down their throat.
Yeah, that's what Washington.
60,
That's what the enemy doing in Washington right now. That boy Robinson and the other back they got. They told him that pills throwing it. They say, "How just stay with it, but we can give you a few passes, but boy, we gonna put these backs on them right now." You know what I mean?
Atlanta doing that with Bijan
doing it. Yeah,
Algier too.
Yeah.
But I think for me it's like you said, I'm old school. I want to see him run the ball.
Wow, boy, where's Cordero?
He back. He'll be back this week. He was hurt. He'll be back.
Listen, man, I ain't seen the first 2 weeks.
You
know that's how I do.
I would ask you about that.
He was. I mean, say he took one. Now y'all took it out.
Yeah, he did that. That motherfucker be at the back of the end zone like
with his heels off the ground. If you kick it in the end zone, I'm coming out. You ain't got to worry about it. I don't want the ball in Twitter.
He'll catch it that deep in the end zone.
And he coming out.
Oh, my God.
No hesitation. I'm coming.
And dog, he come out of that end zone, man.
But I think, like I say, the 49ers, you just like your great teams, and I'm back with y'all. So I remember Eric Dickerson. I saw Dickerson. I saw Roger Craig. I saw
Wendell Tyler.
You know what I'm saying? Guys that Marcus with the Raiders. You had guys that they run drives 12, 13 plays, and the running back getting the ball 8, 9 times.
Yeah. And they ain't looking at the sideline talking about, come get me. No, give me the ball again.
That's when the NFL was getting 20. The starting back was getting 25 to 30 carries.
Yeah.
And the fullback get a trap every now and then.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Got to reward your boy because you block it.
Yeah.
You block it.
Yeah. Gotta let him touch it.
But fullback is a lost position now. There's very few teams carry fullbacks. They carry what they call the H-backs.
H-backs,
There's very few teams. Like the 49ers, they got a fullback.
Yeah.
You hear me? And he don't be playing either.
No, he blocking like he moving. He making room. That's why I was,
And he vibing offense because they hit him in the flat. They give him the ball.
Yeah, they let him.
He a vibe part of their offense. Yeah.
Right.
They let him touch it. But I was just interested to see even I watched Cincinnati a little bit this week, and everybody like, man, they gonna be all right. But I don't know. But like I say, I know it's early, but
That division tough too.
yeah, that division tough. And the thing about the AFC is that 10 may not get you in this year.
Right.
Unless you win your division. So like Jacksonville will probably, it'll be them in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I like Richardson, but Richardson got to learn to get down. He can't start trying to run people. He got to get down.
He's second coming to Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got to get down though.
Yeah,
Man, he came to the pit.
How long?
He out for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
He
Hey,
came
you
to
got
the
to see
pit.
this kid.
Man, that motherfucker, man, like a linebacker.
You ain't hear me, huh?
I mean, yeah. For real. He came to the pit. I'm saying, damn, you big in person.
Hey, listen, I'm talking about.
Oh, y'all see him? He came in.
Came to Conan.
Yeah, right after
Okay.
the combine, he came to Conan's. Listen. This guy said,
I said, damn, you big in person.
Yeah.
Moving.
yeah.
You say big in person.
Hey, listen, he for real 6'4",
I mean, you'll never
250,
see
255.
on
You
TV, but that motherfucker, just like on TV.
Yeah.
But I think
that's
something
not
too.
pads.
Yeah, but like you say, and that's a different kind of size. Like you say, he's 6'4", 6'5", about what, 230?
Nah, he like 250.
About 240.
Yeah. This a big kid, man. Big, solid kid. You hear me? Humble, nice kid, Jeremy. Yeah.
Did he hang out to eat or he just got in and did?
He hung out NA. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You know, when I seen him in, I say, hey, man, it's on me this time right here, but hey, next time you got to pay. Okay. You the pros now.
Yeah, but
You can pay for it.
Yeah, I'm talking about big. You don't see quarterbacks like that too often. They, on paper they put him like that, but when you see him in person, yeah. Everything they say on paper, that's him.
Yeah, he looked like he'd do anything on the football field.
Yeah.
I watched even prior to Chubb getting hurt. Pittsburgh fought last night. Just with old school defense.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, a winner.
Yeah, he's proven.
And you can see him all game long. He up and down the sideline. It don't matter if it's offense, defense. And guess what? He in his coaches' faces, just like he in his players' faces. Hey, man.
That's what prime.
Yeah,
when you have a program, was
everybody
pros,
accountable.
The coaches coach their coaches.
Yeah.
Head coach the coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's always been.
Yeah. And, it's a reason he ain't never had to lose a season.
Right.
Yeah, it's a reason because guess what? He don't never stop coaching. He don't never stop working. Yeah. And he got a culture there. Because you talk about don't want to pay you. Pittsburgh is notorious for it. They listen, boy.
Yeah, they don't pay
we
you.
draft well.
Yeah.
You gonna be about it.
Yeah, they always have. That's why I'm saying even like with the Bucs, like I said, the NFC South, which is thought to be the weakest division, has 3 teams right now undefeated.
Everybody perfect in our division. Either you 2-0 or you
0-2. Right.
Everybody perfect.
But like I said, I think Carolina is even in it. Like, I don't want to jump ahead, but if Carolina has the worst record in the league, they won't take a quarterback.
Nah, and I'm gonna say something.
They got to give him some time. He a winner.
Yeah, and Carolina ain't no bad 0-2 team.
No, they not.
Because let me tell you,
they played. They led on us in the third quarter.
A play could have went either way last night, and they could have beat the Same thing the week before.
Yeah, they had up.
They could have went either way. Yeah,
they played us tough.
Yeah. So they not a bad 0-2 team. You hear me? They just ain't finished. Don't know how to finish yet. Yeah, but they not a bad 0-2 team because defensively,
Well, I'm asking. I know it's early. Let me ask you, who you think the worst team in the league is right now?
The worst team in the league, Chicago.
What about you? What you think?
I just think it's something about that program they can't get right.
I'm going to tell you, Shannon Sharp said something. He said maybe they need to reach back out to Ryan Day at Ohio State and get plays where he's comfortable because he didn't really run at Ohio State.
No, sure ran last year.
Yeah, he ran last year.
Had to for his life. For his life. But the other day, the Bucks, after he broke that first run for the touchdown, from that point on,
They spy on him.
Schwinkel, Joe Tryon. That's how he got his 2 sacks because the second sack he wasn't even pass rushing.
Right.
He just shadowing down the line of scrimmage, and then he seen. Hey, guess what?
I gotta go get it.
Yeah, you had the ball all the time. So the coverage good back there. Here I come. You heard me?
Right.
Yeah. So with him, man, guess what? Pretty ball, hell of an athlete. You heard me?
Right.
And guess what? The kid, his body language. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm big on body language. He ain't never got this. The slump shoulders, none of that. You heard me? He get off the ground, let's go. You heard me?
Yeah.
You heard me? And that's a proven sign of a winner. You hear me? So, but like I say, he limited in weapons. You know, DJ Moore, his weapon. You know, because the other day,
Hey, Robinson away. You got to
Yeah.
you know, but they banked on the dude Claypool, and he ain't the same receiver there as he was in Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Right.
you heard me? But he was surrounded by better receivers in Pittsburgh where he showed up. You heard me?
Right. And he was like a 3.
Yeah,
He was like a
but
3.
you don't let Robinson get away. Pay him.
Yeah.
But that, like you said, Pittsburgh don't pay.
Robinson was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. When they with Pittsburgh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
The Bears are rebuilding more. But you know, Chicago spent a lot of money this offseason for agency.
They did.
They spent matter of fact, I want to say they spent the most money.
Right.
This all because they got Edmonds. Who else? They got like 3-4
And
players.
and they got a bunch of picks for Bryce Young.
Yeah, because they guess what? Buffalo defense missing Edmonds right now.
Right.
Yeah, they missing him right now. Yeah, because he patrolled the middle the way you want.
I think for me, and I'll go back. Who do you think the worst team in the league is right now?
I'm going with
Chicago.
Yeah,
What you think?
It ain't Chicago.
I'm gonna say Arizona. I think Arizona. They played the Giants, so they couldn't finish.
I'm gonna say Arizona or Houston. 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Arizona or Houston. I believe Chicago will beat them.
Do you think we'll have a win? Do you think we'll have a team that will win a game this year?
Nah, somebody will get a game.
Everybody win a game. Okay.
Yeah.
Arizona might take it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I do. I do.
Arizona
Yeah.
might go. Man,
Yeah, I think Arizona might go 0 for the year.
because they supporting the losing culture.
Yeah.
You heard me? Man, did you see the moves they made? Listen, Mike, they made some trades at the end of the preseason. You like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
heard me?
They got minimum man,
Yeah, you heard me?
receiver,
And
Tennessee.
the linebacker, the one from
Simmons.
Clemson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they basically just gave him away. They
Yeah.
sent him to the Giants.
Simmons, yeah, for nothing.
Listen, they ain't asked for nothing. You heard me? So when you start doing stuff like that, you build the culture for losing.
You're not
you heard
trying to
me?
win.
Football guys don't bless you.
Yeah, you build a
Right.
culture for losing. No, we ain't trying to win anyway.
And then the thing is with that is, you gave Kyler Murray a bunch of money, but you definitely need a quarterback. So what you gonna do? And who gonna pick up Kyler Murray?
Nobody want that contract.
Exactly.
It's guaranteed. How much guaranteed?
Like
Over
one,
200, it's over
Yeah.
200 million.
215.
Over,
Something.
Yeah.
over 200 million.
and that's what I'm saying.
Football money good. That's like baseball money.
For the quarterbacks, anyway.
Yeah.
Nah, what you talking about?
TJ Watt just got a lot of money too.
Yeah, man, Joey Bosa. Nick Bosa.
I mean, I'm telling you, got $34 million.
34 million. You hear me?
Yeah.
Guaranteed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like 190.
Yeah.
You hear me? Yeah, because it's 5 years, 220. You hear me?
190 guaranteed.
190 guaranteed.
Wow.
You hear me?
That's good, man.
Put your hand in the dirt.
Yes, sir.
Remember,
Go get the quarterback.
I told you they was going to have to redo Mahomes. So you see, they redid Mahomes yesterday. Because listen, Pack was like, hey, man, it was a good deal when it first came out. But you see what they did with these dudes right with? Once Joe Burrow got that 55,
Yeah.
they already talking about what's his name might get 70.
Cool.
Herbert.
Yeah. Yeah. They told just, and listen, and guess what? His team can't win, but they talking about he might get 70.
Now you can't. You can't. And then if I'm Mahomes, we're gonna go back again because I got to be the highest paid quarterback. I got to be for what I've done.
I don't agree with that at all, man. When you sign your contract, play that shit out. Play that shit out, bro. I don't give a damn what the next man got. Play that shit out.
But did you see what they did? They didn't add on no time. They pushed the money forward.
I'm-
You hear me? They did him like Aaron Donald. You hear me?
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna
I'm
reward
just
you for what you
saying,
did. You hear me?
exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with that at all. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
But we're gonna take it if they do it.
Of course. But I mean, if Mike's blessed to play in the league, he got a contract, he balling. When it's time to renegotiate, that's when you do it. Ain't no holding out.
No.
Because we playing a game that you love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
First round is in the NFL, first round is punished
Yeah.
compared to dudes drafted after that.
I believe that too because
they
ceiling.
because they number come up.
Yeah.
The dudes who ain't drafted in the first round, because the first round is 4 years.
5 years.
It's
Yeah.
no 5th-year option.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
5th-year
4
option.
years guaranteed, 5th-year option. You hear me?
Right.
But the second rounder, that's why Chris Godwin got paid.
Right.
Because he wasn't no first rounder like that. You hear me?
Right.
Hey, listen, I ain't made no money. You hear me? I ain't made no money. That's why Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts had to work by it because he wasn't no first rounder. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah, his number came up quick. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah. So but guess what? That's just the nature. That NFL because it's the plantation.
You gotta get your money.
Yeah, you gotta get your money while you can because for so many years they wasn't giving them dudes that money. You hear me?
Right.
And wasn't nothing guaranteed. They call it not for long. You hear
Right.
me? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
based on what you said, bro, and you're right. So get your fucking money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because I was really done with the NFL, man, when what's the guy that played from this quarterback from Stanford that retired early.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Yeah.
Do you know
And they paid him.
they let him keep the $50 million?
Yeah.
We always get with Barry Sanders and
some-
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah,
they want their money back. Yeah,
They want their money back.
And you talking about what Barry did for Detroit, what Megatron did for Detroit,
they want their money back. I mean, they don't care nothing about us, man.
And that's what, you know,
Oh,
and
my
even
God,
like
that's
Calvin
rough.
Johnson, I think he just went back last year.
Him and Barry both, you know, they finally just put up a statue.
Yeah, they
of
put a
Barry,
statue of Barry,
Both
yeah.
of them was like, But they said like the past 2 years, you know, because Dan Campbell apparently, him and Barry had some kind of relationship.
Right.
When they played, because they played like the same era, you hear me?
Right.
And you know, he's like, Barry, we're gonna figure this out, man. I've been to the ownership and whatever. And I think it was more the older forward man
Right.
was more involved with the team, and he passed away. Now I think it's the mom. You heard me?
Right.
And you know she more approachable than the dad was. You heard me?
Right.
And so a lot of things have changed. But let me just tell you something. I've been watching this the thing with the Lakers.
Winning time?
Yeah. And
Okay.
let me see. And listen, it was this scene where Kareem House burnt down, and you know he came to the locker. He said, "Hey, I need everybody just to indulge me, give me more." He set everybody down. He said, "Man, what happens in our lives affect this city." You heard me? And he said that we're gonna start being more serious about this, embracing this city, and we will be serious about bringing this championship home. You heard me?
Right.
And he said because these people care. You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
And let me just tell you something. As an organization, when you care, it just seems like things work better. You hear me? They just work better, you know. And there's so many of them that don't. I see organizations like back in the day when the Bartlow had the 49ers. He cared.
Yeah, he did. Obviously.
Because guess what? His players. Hey, listen, they loved him to the end. You
Yeah.
hear me? And you just see it. You see in Pittsburgh the Rooneys.
Yeah.
You know, even though they don't want to pay no money, them dudes don't never get. I was a Steeler boy. You hear me? And they proud of it. You hear me?
Right.
You know, and then you get dudes like the Browns in Cincinnati. Yeah.
But even like the Bucks, I'm just from my experience. I worked out for the Saints, and I got there. All my shit was laid out, perfect. You know what I'm saying? I was there for like a month. But this is my first workout with them. Everything just was perfect. I came work out for the Bucks for 2 weeks, and I said, "Man, let me get some gloves." Yeah, some used gloves right there. That shit was embarrassing. And I had my own just in case, you know what I'm saying? But it was a different type championship.
So the dude was like, your gloves.
Yeah,
There they go right there.
Right there. I said, what? And then the Saints had my shit. They had my college jersey number 19, everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My shit fresh every day.
Yeah.
You know, I caught 1,000 balls a day. It was his job. He come out there with 2 balls.
2 bags of balls.
Yeah, and sit wherever I want to catch them. 1,000 balls every day. You know, and the Bucks, it wasn't nothing like that. So, you know, they got new ownership now, but
No, it was the same owners back then.
we was at the old Bucks. It was at the old place though.
But you know, they had just got the $1 place right off the runways.
Yeah.
You
know,
That shit was crazy as hell.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because Doug came to get me from the Marriott.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm from Tampa.
Right.
Motherfucker, I was at $1 place already, but I'm ready to work. Damn, I called you, man. Doug, what's up? I'm from Tampa. I'm ready to work, man. Let's go. You said at 8 o'clock. I was there at 7:30.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, come on, man.
We used to ride our bikes to $1 place. There wasn't nothing to get there from where we from. Yeah.
Right.
So that organization, Minnesota was just like the Saints. It's just Tampa was just like, damn, shit trash. You know?
But I think, like you said, a lot of times when just like you said, when people care, like Steinbrenner was a great owner.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with minorities.
Right.
You know, and even like Kuda P, may the Lord be pleased, when he spoke.
That was
like,
his dude.
Yeah, Kuda said his first day out, first day home, you come work. You come on and come to work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's something that, you know, a lot of people don't understand the importance when you have leadership that cares about their people. Like, I think Jerry Jones cares about some, not all.
Right.
But there's certain that, you know, okay, Emmett, Michael.
Quincy Carter gonna tell you he ain't care about him.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Think I gotta go to court about my money?
But even Steinbrenner, it was some things that when you say that, I got to refute that because Ken Griffey Sr.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. That story was terrible. I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? But Ken
That was
Griffey
Billy Martin. That
I would never play here.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was adamant about that.
Yeah.
I remember what my dad told me. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But it was crazy though, you know. Back then, we used to think Cincinnati was a great place to play, but then, you know, all that stuff came out about hard shot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard me? Yeah, but it's crazy. It's crazy because guess what? 2 faces. You know?
Right.
I got a face for now, face for later, you know.
And
And you got to recognize that.
That's the thing, man. So these athletes, I always tell them, man, it's always going to be chess, not checkers.
Right. And like you said, a lot of your elite, like even like the Chiefs have a good organization.
Yeah, the Hunt family, strong.
Yeah, Hunt, they strong.
They play dudes who Raiders love being a Raider. Al Davis and his son. There,
Yeah.
Yeah. The only bad thing ever was Marcus, and that was really personal between him and Al.
Right.
And it had nothing to do with the coaching staff. Hey, they said I should have told Marcus, hey Marcus, bro, you know this bigger than me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have you out there. It's bigger than me. Yeah.
Man,
just get your check, man, and go. No,
My son going through that right now.
Yeah. It's bigger than me.
for
Yeah.
real. And that's like,
Did
golly.
you want to see the cap space for the teams?
You can. That's cool.
I just found it and
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. But I think for me, it's like you see a lot of organizations now where they trying to get with the culture. That's why I go back to the Deion dynamic. You sit back and think, we're like, okay, they say this guy was on the verge, the AD was on the verge of like getting fired. Like, hey, you've been there 10 years.
We ain't doing nothing.
And he took a chance and gave him an opportunity. So now he done.
Well, he hugged Deion so tight after that first game.
Yeah.
Boy, listen, like yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
I believe.
we had 28 million, but we got enough. We got it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was telling Dawson, I said, the crazy thing is that Colorado, just with the Deion factor, can go anywhere as far as the bowl game. They can play in Miami, they can play in Dallas, they can play in the Fiesta Bowl. They can go anywhere.
And they making the right move going back to the Big 12. Let me tell you something. They should have never left. Nebraska should have never left the Big 12 to go to the Big 10. You hear me?
Right.
Them schools was entrenched in them conferences. You hear me?
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And now you got Oklahoma, Texas next year coming to the SEC. And I want to piggyback into that before we get to our last break. SEC struggled a little bit this year. Alabama didn't look good last week. Georgia struggled against
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Then you had South Carolina lost to North Carolina. LSU lost to Florida State.
Right. Florida lost to Utah.
So, we
ain't won no big out of conference game.
Yeah, the SEC is getting beat up a little bit. They had 6 teams this week in the 25. And I'm gonna go to you to my right. Do you think that the SEC is falling off?
I feel like temporarily. I feel like it'll bounce back, especially like when Oklahoma, Texas come back over. But it's a down year.
Okay, so do you think it'll be just one team in the 4, or do you think it'll be 2?
This year, I see it being 1.
Just 1? Okay, what you think?
I don't think they. So there's a lot of parity in college football right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so but when it come down to it, they are still the best conference because they play a certain type of football.
Right.
That shit out west is not even football for real. Only thing out west that play football is Utah. They physical.
They are definitely gonna bang. They gonna bump.
SEC and not miss a beat.
Yeah, they gonna bump.
But I think they're okay, man. I think that that's just like we talking about the state of Florida now in our era. We was knocking each other off. So South Carolina's, they play Georgia tough all the time.
That's the
They
border
do.
war. That's their biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
That's just as big as Clemson to them.
Yeah.
When South
You're
Carolina,
right.
South Carolina, Georgia is just
Yeah.
as big as South Carolina.
And it's always
Clemson.
played early in the season as
Yeah.
far as to get get your schedule going. So I think the SEC is gonna be relevant come once they start giving out these bowl bids. But see, like this week, Ole Miss play Alabama. Then you got
What's Ole Miss next for? Ole Miss got a schedule. These next 4
They
games.
got Ole Miss. They got Alabama, LSU, Arkansas,
Auburn,
Texas A&M,
and they come to Georgia.
on my birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like 5. That's like 6 out of the next 7 games.
yeah.
Yeah, that's make you break it.
Everything all SEC, and then after my birthday they play
Mississippi State.
No, Louisiana Monroe.
And then Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Egg Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, SEC. But I think the good thing is that when they open up to 12 teams next year, you're going to really see how dominant the SEC is because they'll get when they open that playoff up, because when you get 12, we should get 5 in there.
And the other thing is, the SEC's the only conference still, other than Michigan, that would just I'm finna line up, shoot the shoot, boy. What you gonna do? You hear me?
Yeah.
SEC schools will do that. You hear me?
Yeah, but that's why I'm
the
trying
other
to
day,
tell-
that's what Georgia did. Okay, we struggling. Okay, South Carolina, let's see what you're gonna do. Come finna line up, shoot the shoot. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all this stuff we tried in the first half, getting it out here. See if we can get between these tackles. See what you're gonna do now. You hear
And
me?
that's why I was real surprised that Nick Saban didn't go back to Mill Road. I couldn't understand it.
this
Like,
week?
he is this week.
Nah, he knew he was gonna win that game. He didn't want to show Lane Kiffin anything with that kid.
Okay,
Come on, it's
so he
chess.
playing possible.
Come on,
Okay,
man, he didn't show nothing.
okay.
He was just hoping he got somebody to mother dudes. Yeah,
Right, he didn't show nothing. He come on, man.
Yeah,
But
'cause-
they don't have no film on that guy based only on the first couple of games, for real.
Okay.
But he, come on, man.
Because let me tell you something. When Milroe stepped in last year, Milroe didn't play bad at all.
No, he
When
didn't.
he went for Bryce Young.
Right.
200 yards rushing.
Yeah, he
You know what
didn't.
I'm saying?
He didn't play. And I'm gonna just tell you something. Sometimes, guess what? It just ain't your day.
True.
You heard me? And it wasn't just him. It wasn't just him that day. You
No,
heard me?
because what you call it, Kool-Aid, who supposed to be Holly,
Yeah.
the DB,
The offensive line was getting
messed
beat.
the punt
You heard
out,
me?
you know.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you about Bama. When I went to school in Tuscaloosa at Stillman College, where I graduated from.
How far y'all? About 5 minutes or so? 10
Yeah,
minutes?
right across the street, pretty
Okay.
much. You know, all the black college, Florida State.
Fairview.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay.
But they had Bama Sci-Fi. That's the football team, fraternity.
Okay.
So they had the upperclassmen come in with no NIL.
Okay.
That's how we do it here at Bama. Get your ass in line.
Okay.
But the NIL, I don't think they even have Bama Sci-Fi no more.
Oh, okay.
That's a problem. Because when Nick got there, Bama Sci-Fi was, come on, man, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's what, when Mike went to school, that's what I wanted. I wanted him to go somewhere where they had upperclassmen say, get your ass in line. This is how we do it here.
Right.
You know?
But see, nowadays, these guys leaving, they do 2-3 years, they gone.
Right.
They going to get that bag. So it's like, you know, and then I think a lot of times now, like,
But I don't think it's that big, D. I think the NIL, they make so much money while they're there, you don't have the desire to be greater.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you eat what you want to eat now.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no more peanut butter in the middle of the night.
Man,
No.
I was at Mike's house, man. I
Ain't no
walked
ramen
outside.
noodles.
He had a DoorDash delivered. He forgot about it. I said, Mike, what's this out here in this bag? Oh, I just forgot about throwing the trash, Dad.
See, it's different now. Like I say, they getting that bag, so that door there.
We'd have been at the window like this.
Yeah, wait till that motherfucker. Where you at, man?
Yeah.
You ain't got to knock. No, man, come here and get my bag, man. You ain't gonna get the knock on
It was
you.
crazy to me, man. And
But times have changed, like I say. But when you start getting that money, and like I say, and I tell Beasley all the time, when you have resources at these schools, I understand people would like for people to go to HBCUs, but they don't offer, they don't have what them Power Fives giving out. Now, as far as say the experience, you know, hanging out and meeting people and networking and all that's cool. But far as just the resources,
this happened for real right here. Shador was going to FAU. Mike had an offer from FAU in football and basketball. Say, Trigg, what's up, man? You gonna go to FAU together? He said, yeah, I consider it. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. Then Shador called him when he went to Jackson State. Hey, man, I'm at Jackson State. I said, Shador, tell your dad I said, what's up? Mike is not going to Jackson State. And because I know what it was.
right?
You know
But you can't.
Right. So we worked hard, so he had to go that route.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if Mike wanted to be a student and not play sports, he got to go to black college.
Right.
Because the experience he's going to get there,
There you go.
they're going to love him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's totally different, you know? But when he was playing sports, no, man, we got to go to USC.
And that was it.
Yeah.
End discussion. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take our second break. This will be brought to you by my man Carlos Martin over there at the Auto Repair Center down there on 40th Street, 7101.
It's crazy you brought up.
He ride with the Bucks this week, so go check him out, 813-443-4730. And if you see what me and Beezy rocking, we got our Elevate Designs apparel going, 813-400-7015. Torres, give us something. We'll be right back. Straight that what you call to your right. All right, this is yours truly, EZDZ. Welcome back to Chop Shop. I got my man EZBZ kicking it with me. We got Trigg Mike Trigg stepped down for a minute. He'll be back. We still got E-Trigg holding it down for me. So this next segment we're about to get into, we go actually. I want to pose a question, and I want to see. I want to get y'all input on this, because as we going through the NFL season so far, you're seeing a lot of star players get injured. And this is going to be brought to you by my good folks right here at Conan's. Best barbecue known to man. Go check them out. 15, what'd you say?
What?
Okay. 1510 North Hubert, Tampa, Florida, 33607.
But we got a lot of people going to start this commercial.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, I got to tell you something that's so real with this right here. I say, man, look, when I come down to kick with y'all, I say, hey, I'm going to get something to eat, man. Y'all send your buddy. It'd be quick, like Jimmy John's. Like, hey, let me go to send this. I go to get my food. But I'm trying to tell them, I say, y'all do a good product, man, and y'all step. I tell anybody, y'all got the best barbecue in the world.
Man, well, I'm still using that barbecue sauce from
Yeah,
Labor
he's still
Day.
using barbecue sauce from Labor Day.
What?
Crazy.
Hey, listen, put it on the salad.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was telling you.
Yeah, tell it on the salad. That thing awesome.
On the salad?
Yeah.
What?
I've never had it, but Eric,
Hey, listen, I get a little bit of red wine vinaigrette and put just a little bit of Conan sauce on it. Oh my God.
But see, I know I laugh at y'all because y'all say y'all barbecue so much, like y'all even like on holiday, y'all don't want no barbecue like
I
nothing.
like that smoke. My uncle, we do a turkey called Trigg.
Yeah, we trigger
We
turkey.
smoke it for like 30, 40 minutes, then we deep fry it in peanut oil. It's really good.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that on the holidays.
I got to get with you on the turkeys anyway. I definitely I'm open to that. I done told on myself. When your birthday is?
Bring the whole family out for my birthday.
When your birthday is, Torres?
First week of January.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be ready for you. That's right around bowl season.
Yeah, we'll be fresh and coming. Hey, Torres, you can come volunteer on January 1st.
Yeah.
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 What y'all do New Year? Feed.
Yeah.
Kick up the city. Feed the city.
Okay,
City.
we're gonna get into that too.
Yeah.
I want to ask y'all this. I want to get y'all input. We just had Aaron Rodgers got hurt a couple Mondays ago with the Jets. A lot of people came out and complained about we need grass on all the stadiums. How you feel on that?
Yes.
You agree?
Let me tell you something. The people that own the stadium for the Giants and the Jets, in 26, the World Cup coming.
Okay.
They're going to put grass down for the World Cup. So why you can't put it down for the football team?
That makes sense. Okay. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, 'cause
Bottom line.
Yeah, 'cause
They putting it down for a one-time event.
Right.
And everybody know that grass and turf is two different beasts on your body.
right.
That
What
turf,
about what about field turf? How you feel about that?
it's the
Same
same
thing.
thing.
Same
Because
thing.
them pellets, it's not grass. It's not natural grass. Ain't nothing like that natural grass.
I can remember coaching in the Skyway when they changed it to the turf. And your feet be on fire down the cleats. I wore cleats when I coached.
Okay.
Feet be on fire, man.
And now, back when Arizona opened up their stadium, remember they had the 3 fields they could roll in, and one of them was they could roll in a natural grass field into the dome, so it ain't like they can't do it.
Right.
Whenever they host a Super Bowl somewhere, I don't care where you at, they tear that field up and bring in a brand new field.
Absolutely.
You hear me? Because the dude used to play golf. That's how he got richer. Greg Norman. He had
Selling sod, selling grass?
he had almost that exclusive. I don't know if he still do, but for the longest time doing the NFL fields for Super Bowl. Yeah. So yeah.
Now, I just think that
Yeah.
this sport generates so much money. Let's give these guys the best of everything.
Yeah.
We
You
talking
know
about
what
in the NFL team out of 32, every one of them worth over $2 billion. Every one of them is
Yeah.
worth over $2 billion. Come
And you sit back and think how it's evolved to where I think Jerry Jones, I don't think he was $1 billion when he bought the Cowboys. I don't think it was that much when he bought them.
No.
I think in American sports, there's only one person out the 3 majors that's not a billionaire, and I think that's Jeannie Buss.
She's not a billionaire?
No, LeBron James got more money than Jeannie Buss.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
even with her dad, though, the Lakers was his money maker. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, the Lakers was his money maker. Yeah. I want to say out the 3 majors, she's yeah.
Even-
Because the poet's owner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even
Yeah, but
like,
that brand's got to be worth more than
right.
Yeah, but it's so many other people who got
She don't
percentages.
solely
Yeah.
own the Lakers.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Even like the Yankees, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really make money off the Yankees.
Yeah.
This payroll was always high, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
always. Whatever
His
is
thing
needed.
is Tampa Bay Downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He make a gang out there at that horse track. You hear me?
Yeah.
The docks and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the way it started. It started with the docks.
Same thing with Hugh Coverhouse. Hugh Coverhouse's biggest money maker was up in Jacksonville. Them docks and stuff. Yeah.
And then DeBarlo was the malls.
Yeah, the Bartlett was the malls. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought that was crazy. Like, man, he owned East Lake, University, and Tampa Bay. I was like, I thought that was crazy.
And every other mall across the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first moved here,
His sister and his brother, they scammed him out the team because he was going through some legal issues. There was some gambling thing going on in New
Remember
Orleans, and he was caught up in it. So he kind of signed his rights over to his sister. His sister, that's the Bartlow's sister. That's the primary, and that's her husband York, who runs the team.
Oh, okay.
But that's really Eddie Bartlow's sister.
That's a brother-in-law.
And
Okay.
they hustled Eddie out the team.
But I'll tell you what's crazy. I'll never forget this. I was in West Shore one day. I mean, not West Shore. We was in Tampa Bay Mall one day, and this is when Morrison's was downstairs, if you remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're there eating. Me and my homeboy, we're there eating. Short dude come in. I mean, about this high.
Yeah.
And I'm looking. I said, I done seen that dude. I can't place him.
Right.
But I done seen him somewhere. And I'm the type, if I see somebody I know and I can't place it, that's stuck. I cannot get that out of my head. Like, where do I know this dude from?
Right.
Just so happened, a couple weeks later, and this was January, the 49ers beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl. And I said, damn, that was Eddie DeBartolo. That was Eddie DeBartolo. I'm like, I'm tripping. Like I said, but that's his ball. He owned them all.
Yeah, you see him and Carmen Policy, they like little baby gangsters.
Yeah.
What to do with the dark hair.
Yeah, slick back. Yeah. I was like, man, that's crazy.
He was the first big time resident on Harbor Island. You hear me? Eddie
Okay.
DeBartolo, because they changed it when they first some of his own laws. Remember for his condo out on Harbor Island, he was the first big time resident.
So
on
people
Harbor
living out there like in the 70s, 80s on Harbor Island?
Well,
or-
the Harbor Island, they built it in the late 80s. You hear me?
Okay.
But he was the first big time resident. But this was all after, like after they won that last Super Bowl, that's when the stuff started going on with the gambling in Louisiana and stuff. And like I told you, his sister and his brother-in-law tricked him out the team. Yeah, they tricked him out the team. Because, he's majority ownership over to his sister, my sister.
They know they trying to bring sports book back here now.
They need to.
They try to bring,
Let me tell you something. They are in every stadium across the country. Me and Mike talk about it all the time. The baseball coach at Alabama got knocked off because it was a dude at the Cincinnati Reds game on the phone with him, placing bets on the Alabama LSU baseball game. That's how the coach of Alabama got knocked out and got fired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And they changed all the betting rules in Alabama. All my friends live in Alabama. They said we can't even bet up here
Hey,
straight.
because guess what? I told Mike, I don't know what's going on in Alabama, but somebody involved somewhere in this sports program because every gambling scandal, the NFL and stuff like that,
Players came from Alabama.
it's a player from Alabama.
Yeah,
You ever-
it's funny you say that. Yeah, because they got
it's crazy.
but I know they got a couple casinos down there,
Yeah.
shorter.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Yeah, and
Off
then right
85.
there in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Yeah. But they gonna gamble. They embrace the NFL. They embrace FanDuel. So let's just keep it 100. You might as well. You hear me? You might as well. You let the Raiders go to Vegas. And for our whole lives, they were talking about there'll never be any professional sports team in Vegas. Too many mafia ties. Too many gambling.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a basketball team, the female team. You got the baseball team. The A's coming.
Yeah.
You hear me? You already got the NFL there.
And I
they
believe,
gonna
and
get
I
an
believe,
NBA team.
and that's what I was just about to say. I believe.
They-
LeBron
yeah.
gonna bring a team.
They talking.
Yeah.
They talking that trash right now. They give Vegas a team before they put one back in Seattle.
I believe that too.
You heard me? They'll
I
give
believe
Vegas a
that.
team and it's crazy because I miss the Supersonics.
Yeah.
I like the show. I love it. I like the uniform.
Yeah.
Gus
Yeah.
Williams, Dennis
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Them two are the best NBA finals back to back when the
Bullets,
played.
yes, that's old
Supersonics,
school, yeah.
Them two are the best NBA finals you ever
You
gonna see.
said Gus Williams.
Yeah.
God.
The Wizard.
But see, but that's why I say, but you got to go back. A lot of people, that's why I try to tell people, when you talk basketball, like late 70s, early 80s, and Gus went to SC.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Gus went to SC, but talking about handle the ball.
Yes, sir.
What was his brother name?
Ray Williams. Ray had the curl with the shag. Played for the Nets.
Played for the Nets. And the
Yeah.
Nets. Yeah. Listen, boy. But
Man, Gus was giving out work, though. But I'm talking about,
push
man.
that rock.
Oh, man.
And DJ was happy to get the ball, so we slowed it down because Gus pushing that thing. See,
Yeah. Gus get it. I remember Dennis Johnson left, went to Phoenix.
Yeah.
With Paul Westphal, I mean, they had Westphal to cover with the umbrella, singing in the rain.
Yeah.
Sports Center. That's why I try to tell. I was telling Beasley about like posters. Everybody had the Jordan Gervin sitting on the blocks of ice.
Ice.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Then I'm telling you, real sporty, yeah.
Skywalker with David Thompson.
Then you had the one
Darryl
with
Griffith.
yeah.
Dr. Duncanstein. He got the doctor coat on.
Yeah, and then you had the one with the Supreme Court, but I had the robes on.
Yes, sir.
Artist Gilmore. I said, man, those are classic photos. I said, if you get them, put them on a shirt. Because that one with the Iceman, when he sitting on it, and he had the little tight chain on around his neck, you could tell me Joe wasn't doing his thing,
When we
boy.
was kids, you couldn't tell us nothing, boy. But when you stepped up to that first pair of leather Dr. J's,
Yes,
boy,
sir.
them leather Converse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
Chuck
sir.
Taylor's died. Now you got you some Dr. J's. You
Yeah.
couldn't tell us nothing, boy.
I remember Magic came out with the weapons.
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, Magic had the weapons.
And Converse was top of the game. Yeah. Yeah, because the first Nikes, I tell you, the first Nike I remember was the white and powder blue cloth Nikes. You remember this?
Yeah, I
The white
remember
powder-
those. Yeah.
They were selling them in grocery stores.
And in fact, what's his name used to rock Rashid.
Yeah.
Roscoe, Rashid used to rock him up with the strap.
Yeah.
And I
The
said, man, I
and
said,
powder
he
blue
went
Nikes,
deeper when they got them.
So but it's crazy because the sports books, it's got to happen. It's
Yeah.
got to happen because the society just embraced it. But once again, guess what? You got to find a way to regulate it. You hear me?
Yeah.
And and that's what, as a government, we that's a whole different issue. As a government, we lose issue because guess what? They're not gonna regulate it because they get so many kickbacks.
Right.
You hear me?
Right.
Yeah, they not for overlooking things. They get so many kickbacks.
And even like
Godfather taught us that.
Right.
You hear me?
And even like now, you got these black market casinos. Black market where you go gamble with the bookie. But I said if they put that sports book.
Yeah, the bookie did.
Yeah, all that's dead.
Yeah, the bookie did.
Because you can go in there and they open all day, every day.
But you know,
Take every bet.
Any bet.
I was,
Girls, basketball, women's
hey, listen,
basketball.
Whatever.
For all your friends, all my friends who go to the bookie, this ain't me talking bad about you. Then just definitely ain't talking bad about the bookie because I understand. I've done a few things in my life. You heard me? But listen, the bookie is not gonna open up the board to you like a sports book.
No, they won't.
He can pick and choose what he puts on his board.
Yeah.
You heard me?
But the sport, they got the whole plate.
Hey, listen, I bet my mama gonna make 2 yards on her next carry. It's there.
Yeah. You can put it out. You can put it out. Yeah. If she playing, you put it down. Like, that's why.
Only time you get them pulling stuff off the board if you got some crazy betting going, and now they questioning what's going on with this. You heard me? Or you'll see the line change because the true line come first day the line out.
Right.
And then everything else from that point on is generated how the betting going.
How the money is.
So like we're talking about the Colorado, the minus 20. If all the money going toward Colorado, the line got to go down.
Yeah, line go down.
Because now, guess what? They ain't in the business of losing money. So the guys who win by betting on Colorado, they gonna get paid by the guys who played SC at this lower number.
Right.
You hear me? Yeah, so there's a science to that thing. You know, and one thing about the bookie, he got a million ways to win. You only got one. You got to hit.
I'm telling you,
everything you pick.
I'm telling you, man. We went to Las Vegas about 5 years ago. I've been out there several times, but when I went, like in the '90s, I really wasn't, following gambling. You just out there hanging out, just glad to be somewhere. But 2018, I got a different eye to it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk into that sports book and you see it's lit up real pretty, you know what I'm saying, and you can just tell, like, I saw this older guy, and this is right around the first full weekend of college football. Because in fact, that same night, Miami got whooped by LSU in a kickoff preseason classic, whatever. Right. But you could just tell the energy in the room. You could just see people like they just in there. They volleyball, they boxing. I mean, just
TVs
everywhere, galore.
They got what that is.
Yeah.
Australian rules football.
Yeah.
It's got a line over there.
Yeah. And like you said, that's crazy. So I mean, you sit back and think, like, nowadays, like, if they do bring it back to Tampa, that's a game changer.
And not just that, it's gonna bring money. They playing, guess what?
All kind of money
Into the economy because.
So they bought it to the Hard Rock, but they didn't sanction it
Because they wasn't regular. But that issue with the Hard Rock is always the issue with the Indians.
Right.
Because guess what? They sovereign.
Right.
The Feds don't get none of that money.
None of it, and that's their struggle.
That's their struggle. You heard me?
They want to get in. They can't get in.
You rob these people. What you want their money for? You heard me? You done robbed them.
Yeah.
And that's their struggle with everything. If they same thing like with marijuana, the NBA say they ain't even testing for it no more. They said David Stern walked in the room with some NBA players. You heard me? It was so much reef smoke in there. He said they did for real. He said, man, we gonna take it off the books this year. Don't worry about nothing. So I believe when they turned the light back, Adam Silver might say, "Now fire me up," because the NBA don't even test for it anymore. Right. That's part of the new collective bargaining agreement.
Now I ain't gonna ask that you pick Jefferson. Beasley don't never pick high school games, so we gonna do our Wingstop Chop Shop Super 13. We gonna highlight the teams in Hillsborough County. So we're going to get into it. Check out Wingstop, 8 locations all throughout the city. We Hillsborough 22nd. There we go. Appreciate it.
I like Sickles, you know what?
Right there. 23048, Florida Highway 54. 1219 Bruce B. Downs. 2115 East Hillsborough. I was over there yesterday. 10019 North Del Mabry Highway up to about Old Club Joy. You in Polk County. 4217 South Florida. Up by my man KJ. 14915 North Florida. 2776 North Fowler, where we kicking at now, 9305 North 56. So let's get these games going real quick. I ain't gonna keep y'all long because I know y'all got things y'all got to do. Put them first set of games up. King at Sickles. Who you liking at? Sickles?
Yeah, I like Sickles because guess what? Jefferson beat King.
Okay, that's fair. Now this Robinson at Brandon. Robinson 2-2 now. They just lost the plant. But they'll beat Brandon.
Yeah, they'll beat Brandon.
They'll whoop Brandon. Yep. 70 Christian hosting Cambridge Christian.
I'm going to Cambridge.
Yeah, I like Cambridge on that too. Chamberlain at Plant. Yeah, Plant heavy. Bloomingdale at Newsom. Strong.
I mean, they're not necessarily strong. It's the weaker of the week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they're going to beat Bloomingdale again.
They done fell off bad. They lost 53 down last week to Tech.
Yeah, they lost to
Berkeley. And Tech called the dogs off.
Yeah, they lost to Berkeley like that too.
That's
Kickoff Classic.
All right, let's go to that next set of games. Okay, honorable mention. Yeah, we got Blake. Blake hosting Freedom. They'll beat Blake.
I'm going with Blake.
Don't say I got Blake. I got Blake too. I got Blake too. Pass. Okay, we'll pass. East Bay Jefferson.
No, I'm going East Bay.
Okay. And Gulf at Zephyr Hills. I'm gonna take DJ them. I'm gonna take Zephyr Hills.
DJ Pickett.
Yeah.
No one playing this class coming out. Please believe it.
He tough. He the truth. Yeah. Let's go to the 13 now. See what we got going on. Okay. 12 at 13. Hillsborough and Plant City.
I'm going to go with Hillsborough.
Plant City.
Yeah, I like Plant City too. Plant City strong.
Okay.
Alonzo at Lato.
Yeah, Alonzo.
Carrollwood Day off. Okay. Durant at Leonard.
I'm going to go with Durant.
Yeah, Durant. That's safe.
Yeah, I like Durant.
Okay. Warden at TC at Berkeley Prep.
I got to go with Berkeley, my nephew, Dallas Golden.
Yeah, I like Berkeley too.
I
That's gonna be
love
tough.
Jerry's, but I've got to go with Dallas, my nephew. Mm-hmm. Like Dominic Sal too. So.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back. I like my nephew at TC, so I'm tripping. I know Gribbs is still out, but I'm gonna try TC. No disrespect, Pelham. You still my homie. I want to see Dallas do good. Just they can win 51-50.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. Warden at Sumner.
And Sumner gonna beat them by 21 points.
Okay. Tampa Bay Tech at Gator.
I got to go with the G. Everybody love God.
Okay.
Skip Jesuit.
We're going to get to it. That's our game of the week. What you
Okay.
I'm definitely not going with Gator.
You not going with the G?
No.
That's okay.
Okay, so you being petty since he took East Bay, you definitely going to ride with Tech.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
I would take Tech anyway, but yeah, I'm definitely
Okay.
right with him now. Yeah.
Okay. And our game of the week, we're going to be down there. We're going to live in Jesuit down there off Hives Friday night. Armwood coming in. Won't be close.
You're going to run it down their throat. I can promise you that. 14 points.
At least.
I'm pulling for my boy.
Champ, have a big game, baby.
Yeah, Champ.
Champ, have a champ give us.
Yeah. Champ, give us go. Go crazy,
Champ,
baby.
go crazy at Jesuit.
Champ he'll play defense, do
They
he?
play receiver.
Play receiver.
Okay.
But,
They can do a better job getting my nephew off, too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And was he a junior now?
He's
Nice senior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do a better job getting him off, man. I do 6'2", run the route tree.
But they had a rough slate. They caught when I saw
Down
you,
south?
they called they went down to who beat them like that
Oh,
Club
Trent.
6 Treasure Coast beat
Treasure
them.
Coast.
Yeah,
Treasure Coast, yeah.
And then came back and caught Columbus
Oof.
up here. That's Jesuit though, and I don't be the Jesuit don't match up with those type teams. You can't play those.
But guess what? They guess what? They have been able the last couple of years, so that they was on that iron sharp iron. But sometimes, boy, you got to miss a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to change that, man, because I know they got a quarterback supposed to be all world, but you need some help.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Well, the big announcement I want to give, man, because we've been rocking with these. Like I say, these my folks right here. So we're gonna run it back this year. I'm putting the thing out tonight. Everybody eats. We raising money to feed the homeless, man, without the Bay Area. So no donation is too small. So I already know between Day City, Chop Shop, Elevated Designs, my boy Greg Dawson talking about the Bob Horner Hall of Fame Club. That's something we be bickering
Bob
about.
Horner.
Yeah, because he say Bob Horner's the best Brave.
Ever?
Well, besides Hank and Chipper.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a Dale Murphy guy.
And why you don't say Dusty Baker? You've got Dusty playing for the
But Dusty played too, but he be real sarcastic. He really be on that Bob Horner like, bro, you tripping.
Wow.
Bob Horner was good for like
Yeah.
maybe 2 years.
Yeah, Andrew Jones.
Yeah, that was. But once again, but you know, Dawson.
Yeah.
Dawson. He
That's my boy
say,
now, you know,
I love him.
86.
Don't get me wrong. I like that. I would do for me.
You know,
he do
University
things-
of Thomas Jefferson High School.
Yeah, he got that Skip Bayless in him too. Like, he talk real crazy now. He gonna talk real crazy. Cause I told he said Alabama gonna lose 45-42. He said they gonna lose South Florida 45-42. So when the game was tied 3-3, he texted me. I told you. I said, man, don't be bothering me, man. I'm trying to watch the game. Don't be bothering me, man. Yeah. So yeah, we already got between our little group. We already got $750 in the pot.
Okay.
So I'm trying to bring it to you that Saturday before Classic. You know, like I say,
I just want to speak on that, man. Man, you don't understand. So like before we hooked up and started doing this together, it was just on me and E. You know what I'm saying? As far as saying preparing and getting it out there. And when you came in, man, we was able to just reach so many more people.
right.
And that was all about. Even we changed the days because, you know, everybody want to eat on Thanksgiving, of course.
Right.
But everybody doing it on Thanksgiving. So really with us, you get 2 meals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a blessing, man. We very appreciative of what
No, we preach it like what y'all do. Like I said, but I just think it just, and I tell people all the time, I say people don't understand the importance of giving back and helping others. And that's a dynamic that I get people all the time, man. But D, I want to do a show. I want to do a show. I say you can, but I tell people to spend money. Ask people to help you where you spend money. Mm-hmm. People look at me like I got 2 heads. I'm like, what do you mean? Like wherever you spend money with, you should be able to go back to them and say, hey man, this is what I'm doing. Support what I'm doing.
So when I was a little boy in Carver City, I used to recycle that dollar 3 times before leaving the community. 3 times.
Okay.
Recycle that dollar before it left the community. I remember my grandma speaking on that. That's what it was, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically what you're saying. Spend money with people who spend money with you.
Right.
We all had credit at Miss Reese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
But I sit back and think that we do y'all, thanks to y'all, we got the second show. We do On the Grill on Saturday. We pick games.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell people, like, you know, when you support, that's why I try to tell BZ all the time. I say, man, when you doing certain things, and a lot of times people want to help you, they just don't know how to. But I can't come to you and ask y'all to support, but I'm going to get my groceries somewhere else.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I try to tell people. And he even know this. I asked my wife on Sunday, if I don't see nothing out, babe, what you got to taste for I don't really know. I said, well, I know.
Right.
I'll be back. Just text me what you order.
Right.
And I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? And I tell anybody, I live in Ruskin. I tell when I come in there and hang out, I live in Ruskin. I'm coming to get this because I can't get it nowhere else.
And Big D, our brother, you know.
Yeah.
Big D coming there and get his Trigg rice with ground beef and sausage.
I told you, hey.
It's the Newton rice.
Hey, I got to tell you this funny story before we get out of here. I had my in-laws over the Sunday before we did the food, the Sunday before Labor Day. And they just kept saying, boy, this food's so tasty. This food's so tasty. I said, man, I be trying to, I get that out. So, here, you know, maybe one day, you know what? You go out there, drive, and go get you some food. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait up to have something for you to come get you something to eat. You know, go out there and get you something.
Right.
I can't speak on that because my wife watches show. I don't want to talk about my in-laws.
Okay, well, I don't want you to get in no trouble. Then definitely don't want that. But I told you, like I say, Kobe still riding the sauce, like, and it was like we had enough food. Like it was Sunday, we still riding Wednesday. You know, like we heating the tips up, got them burgers.
Hey,
I'm
Kobe,
talking about we getting on it.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
That barbecue fried chicken.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of stuff that we just play with. Boy, you fry that chicken, put that cognac sauce on it, and throw them in the oven. Let them sit in there about 15 minutes.
Look at Big D.
Man, don't do that to me, man. Now you got me thinking, man. Hey, we gotta wrap this up, man. I gotta walk outside with these two.
If we could really put everything out there that we really did play with or make at the pit.
If we're gonna do, I gotta put this out here right now. Run it by you, Eric. I want some turkey wings, turkey legs. Put them on a plate.
Oh, we talking
about the macaroni cheese on this side, the rice on that side, right there.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, I want to do it on Sunday. I want to pub it out first.
This is a good Sunday too. This is a good Sunday because you know Monday Night Football this week.
Yeah,
this is a good Sunday. Yeah.
So I want the turkey out in Houston.
Oh yeah, you see, I'm looking at what you said there. Yeah,
I mean, I want to. I think it'll work. I think it'd be good for us.
I'm telling you, AD, my thing is that turkey wing. I'm telling you, I'll tell you, that rice.
You eat turkey wing?
And the rice, and them green beans, that rice, the collard greens.
Right.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So I think we can do it and put 3 sides on it, put it in the slab tray. You know what I'm saying? I want to take out the 4 though. You know what I'm saying? So you just get right to it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Man, I'm telling y'all pump that, man. I definitely share it on the page.
Right.
I definitely, I'm telling you, I still like, man, I'm telling you, listen, them hot dogs, them burgers, it was like, man, I'm still eating them. I'm talking Wednesday.
AD, don't tell them hot dogs, burgers, but we don't make them every day.
I know you don't, but I mean, I just gotta say, but like I said, but them ribs, because the chicken went first.
Yeah.
So we try to get everybody try to get their goals. I'm like, man, ain't no more chicken.
Hey, we ain't pumping. Hey, listen, Lamar Jackson came to Tampa. Lamar Jackson co-signed Conan's barbecue.
Okay.
LBJ, they co-signed. Lamar said, matter of fact, give me 2 more. That's what they gonna say. I'm the highest paid dude on the team. Give me 2 more of them, Trigg.
So we did a post game
for the
stadium.
For the Raiders, yeah.
Oh, for the Raiders?
Yeah.
How that went?
It was great, man.
It was great. Hey, listen.
My homeboy.
Nelson Aguilar. Nelson
Nelson Aguilar.
But see, there we go again. Putting you, and that's why I keep trying to tell people that's love.
It was crazy because listen, OBJ and Lamar, they chasing Nelson because I brought Nelson some pineapple tea because that's his thing. 'Cause I need that tea, right? Listen. When your homeboy he tried to hide with that tea. Listen.
Okay, so y'all took it to him.
To the stadium.
Okay, that's cool. Okay,
yeah, we set up at right outside the visiting locker room.
Okay.
It was nice. It was nice. You hear me?
But see, I go back to y'all give so many blessings. And you get them back, in abundance. And me and you talk all the time, like I say, just supporting each other, man, rocking with each other, just being genuine and not looking to whoop nobody out of nothing. And that's why I try to tell people all the time. When we pick up money, and Kobe done gave you money every time that we done did it. I don't do y'all thing. Right. I ain't looking to, well, hey, baby, I got this. We can go to Eddie V's or I can go do this. That ain't what I do. If I go to work every day, my wife go to work every day. We straight.
And you cut your blessings like that.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I can't speak with nobody else, but I was spoiled. You hear me? But the one thing my mom and my dad always taught me was to give back. You hear me? Because they did it. You hear me?
Yeah.
And I seen it firsthand. You hear me? I literally remember when I was a little boy, I had 3 brothers who went to 3 different high schools. I've seen my parents feed them same 3 high schools out our back door. Listen, you got Lato on this side of the yard. You got Hillsborough in the backyard, and you got Jefferson pulling up the next shift, pulling into the yard. And I'm being for real.
Right.
And these pots coming right off my mama's stove. You hear me?
Right.
Every coin coming right out my mama and daddy pocket. And it's just big because I remember, Big John. Listen, I ate so much Big Johns growing up. But guess what? Hey, listen, I used to be like this, man. I just want my meat. I don't want no sauce. You hear me? I just, you get barbecued out. You hear me? Hey, but for real, hey, listen, and because guess what? There was staples in our community,
Right.
And guess what? And guess what? They understood about giving back,
Right.
and embracing kids, loving kids,
Yeah.
hey, just doing the right things, and that's important. You know, Bexley's. I used to eat so many Bexley's chicken sandwiches.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's so many things. So many things.
You missed
Listen,
out on something, bro.
yeah. Silver ring Cuban sandwiches. I want.
They still got that.
But tell what I
301.
but tell what I want to eat right now. A Cuban sandwich.
Yeah.
Listen, I know I made over 1 million Cuban sandwiches in my
No,
life.
but Silver Ring, it's like how it was when we was kids.
Mm-hmm.
But Bex's, bro, I'm gonna tell you about this sandwich, man. It was a fried chicken sandwich with a chili sauce,
Yeah, I heard people talking about it.
mayonnaise and onions, dog. I'm gonna tell you now. The leg cost $105. The breast cost $130.
What?
Listen to this story now. Hold on, let me tell you this story.
You get 2 wings.
Me and this dude,
$110.
about to get into a fight at Gates High School. He walked this girl to class. She sitting. We got a 2-man seat. She sitting. And he left. When he left, she laid her head on my shoulder. He doubled back. You see her hit the glass. He gonna fight. So Jeff Marcus H. He say he gonna steal you. I said, boy.
Shout out to my boy. I just talked to Jeff today. Go ahead.
He gonna steal your tree. So watch your back. That's all right. So one night, man, I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah.
My mom ain't there. I don't have nothing to eat at the house. I got all the change out my drawer. It was $235.
Okay.
2 of them things.
I got a leg and a breast. But when I got the Becky from College Hill,
Right.
yeah, motherfucker. I said, yeah, what, motherfucker? I said, look, dog, I ain't got time for that shit. We'll fight tomorrow. Food. He thought that was the funniest shit. He said, Trigg, we'll fight tomorrow. I said, yeah, I'm hungry, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We became friends. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, but it's just like, even like with that, how food is universal. And that's why I tell people, I say, I'm going to post a thing tonight. And I'm just, I know we're going to do our part, but I want the city to get behind. Even if you ain't here, just we all can give and help. If you can't donate, then come down and drive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Help, box the food up, just whatever.
Let's just put a goal out there, man. Let's try to get 500 people fed.
Okay, well, I said, like I already told you, we try to raise $3,000. So, I mean.
Yeah. And guess what? That's the day we don't work. So, I'm talking about if 500 ain't big enough, we can go bigger.
Yeah, even like with me, we going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So, it's going to be great, man.
Because, hey, listen, one thing about it, man, it ain't never enough when you can.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel
when
you.
It ain't never enough because, hey, I'm going to tell you, that meal means something to somebody.
Yeah.
Like I told you, we was in the same trap.
Yeah, bumping into each other, yeah. I got meals, you got meals.
We knew, hey, we in the same spot because we knew it was people back there who needed this meal, you hear me?
Right.
And it's just, and you see the joy on their face and the appreciation.
Yeah, they being thought of, like you said, that's just something that.
Yeah.
So, we feed the homeless every day, whatever we have left. You know what I'm saying? We'll chop it up, put it in the trays, boy. When I go down to my spot, we did a lot. We did a lot in the early years because that's what I told God when I started this place. I said, man, but if I don't sell, I'm going to feed the homeless. I promise you. And I was tried, man. And the police always got offended by. He said, "You giving these guys ribs?" I said, "Man, this is what it is." Mm-hmm. Because we don't bring ribs and chicken and sausage back. Cook that fresh every day.
Right.
So whatever we have left, we put it out there. We make trays, and man, so in the early years it was okay, but now that we established. That's that code name. Ooh, that's that code name.
Yeah, they know it's coming.
Yes, sir. I never forget this last story. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna shut my mouth. I had passed out food, man, and dude was helping me pass out food. He said, "Cause I can just drop it off in bags." He said, "Bro, can you just stay and pass it out, man? Cause if not, it's gonna be a problem." So he hit me pass. I said, "No problem, bro." Had a little mic in the car, passed the stuff out, passed up so much stuff. He didn't get one. And I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So it was him and probably about 5 more people. So I went to McDonald's and got 50 McChickens. By the time I got back, there was more people there. And I gave him about 5 chickens. Damn, dog, you got the McChickens, that's my favorite.
But like you said, I tell people, when you ain't ate, I'm gonna give you my story with the guy at Church of Chicken on Nebraska. I'll never forget that. I'm in there one night, supposed to meet my partner. We doing wrong, but we meeting at churches, right there on Front Street. Yeah. Big dude come outside. He say, "Man, big man it's a Friday. Big man ain't ate since Wednesday." I said, "Well, shit, go on in." I'm on the phone. I said, "Man, hold on, let me call you back." I said, "Man, go in there and get what you want." He said, "Let me get a 3-piece." Had the 2 sides with the drink. Lady gave the total. I gave it, paid him. So I'm back outside on the phone. He come outside. I'm talking about, it's kind of cool So the chicken, he opened up the box. I'm talking about the chicken hot. You could just see him put him out there like. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, he hungry. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I tell people, we throw away food all the time, but I tell, it's so important to get back, man, and make a difference. And that's what people do not process. Everybody is me, do for me. I see people all the time. My child doing this, we trying to raise for chili, we try to do this. But I tell people all the time, but do you give back? Do you support anything? Right. So the door swings both ways. Yeah. Coach Chang, he just, I do stuff with Coach Chang. We do stuff with each other. That's my brother.
That's my guy.
But I try to tell you, I said, but it go both ways. You support each other. It's a verb. Yes, people don't get that, though. Yep. So I ain't even gonna do my death row thing. I'm finna get out here and get these recipes. So we back at it Saturday. Me and Torres, but we guess picking up for Saturday game. So keep God first. Love your family. When you see us holler, we back at it next Tuesday. Love y'all. Good night.
Yo.
Yeah, I told you, man. I be trying.